Cougars have just been able to get settled in that zone. They threw at the Wolves there, and the Wolves haven't really done anything to try and force them out of that zone or attack the zone as such. It's made life very easy for the Cockburn Cougars.
So I'm going to be interested to see if Coach Cooper of the Cougars sticks with his bit of a small ball lineup with Phillips at the 5, because that has been, from my end, the biggest difference in this third quarter.
100%. I mean, again, I don't think you'd want to go and reinvent the wheel for the Cougars. Just stick to what they've been doing, because it's working quite well.
And as I say that, Rogers is on the floor for the Cougars. Phillips on the bench. And Chukwu, you'd be interesting to see if he stays. He might not see the court the rest of the match if this game continues the way it's going. So for the Wolves, you've got Wellstead, Pesava, Newton, Colton and Wade. For the Cougars, Stewart, Skaggs, Rogers, Field and Chan. And we are underway here at HBF Arena in the fourth quarter. The Wolves have to erase a 16-point lead. Good to see them being a lot more aggressive there. Tell you what, good job from Wade, and just unable to finish it though. I like how aggressive they've come out in this fourth quarter. As Colton puts up the 3, knocks it down. He knew that one was good. As the Wolves, good to see them starting to have a bit more full court pressure.
Well, to say the Wolves were overdue for that 3-point would be an understatement, but they stuck at it.
It was a scrappy possession as well. So it's good to see that they were able to pull something, and loose pass there from Rogers. Wellstead nearly gets the steal. Some good defense here from Wellstead.
5 seconds in the shot clock.
As Gavin Field, nearly. I'll tell you what, you couldn't ask for any much better defense there, and then it was just a loose shot, and then the offensive boards have been killing them tonight. That's now 13 offensive boards for the Cougars.
Yep.
As Chan just falls in his lap. As Skaggs, he's going to put up a transition 3, you would think. Decides not to, as Colton. And I feel like he went down a little bit easy too.
Yeah, so I didn't see a lot of contact in that one, but...
Skaggs says nothing. I guess when you're up by 15, you can be... as I said that, he starts telling Colton how much he's flopping. So it looks like they're just wiping up the moisture. So it's 80-65 in favour of the Dentistry Plus Cockburn Cougars. I'll tell you what, Wade, I mean, if that would have given him so much confidence hitting that reverse layup at the start of this fourth quarter, because he's just unable to hit the side of the barn tonight. He's only the 6 points, 17% from the field after what a great game from him last night.
Yeah, and as I said earlier on, exactly the same game against Mandurah a couple of weeks ago. Hit for him in the final quarter and helped get the Wolves over the line in that game. So not beyond him, but he's got some work to do. So
Pesava bringing it up here for the Wolves, and looks like Cougars sticking with their zone D. Mr. Rogers is just roaming that paint. And you see Wellstead just in that dunker spot, just waiting for the opportunity. Colton misses it, but Wellstead gets the offensive ball. Good job there from the captain. We've seen this a few times tonight where a lot of Wolves players have been in the same spot on the wing, as Skaggs collects the loose ball. He's going to attack the rim here and wanted to block. Finally, Colton gets to become the human eraser and denies that shot. As Stewart picks up the blocking foul there. Skaggs, you can see he really wanted to throw that one down on Colton after having words about the apparent flop earlier on.
I think if Barris Colton had been called for that one, he probably would have packed his bags and gone home.
I love that Skaggs went for it, though. That's what you love to see here in the NBL on Western. They're still having a chat. Good friendly chat. And Skaggs, let's move by Wellstead there. Pesava kicks it there to Colton corner. 3, knocks it down. That is a welcome sign here once again here at HBF Arena. Chan just gets past Wade very easy, draws the foul, goes to the line for 2. Chan, sometimes you just can't beat speed.
No, absolutely not. But again, perhaps one of the Wolves could have stepped across and make him dish the ball, but not the BB. It's typical of Seven Chance. Just been super aggressive. Has taken it hard at Wade all night, and is clearly on top of the battle tonight.
It's good to see Colton continuing to be aggressive, keep putting up those threes. And it was good ball movement from the Wolves as well. That's why they're getting these good looks now in the fourth quarter.
And it was movement with purpose too, Josh. You know, it's, they were a lot more aggressive.
And knocks down the second. So it's 81-68. As Wade bringing it up here for the Wolves. Nice well, Steve. Pesava cuts through. Posting up Stewart. Feels like he's got a mismatch here. Goes to work on him. Good defense there from Stewart, but Pesava just strong man there. Puts in the 2. 11-point game now for the Wolves. As Chan bringing it up for the Cougars. Skaggs coming off that staggered screen. Rogers asking for it. Finds Chan on ball screen. Chan finds Rogers. Good defense there from Wade. Skaggs puts up the 3, unable to knock it down as Turnage is all alone and nearly throws it down. It's a 9-point game, single digits, Glenn.
Yes.
But the way they started the fourth quarter, we did not see this coming.
No, we did not. But as we said, we thought it was a matter of time before the Wolves finally started hitting a couple of 3-pointers, which certainly helped. But they're starting to get some defensive stops now, starting to get some transitions. We saw there, CJ Turnage running the floor, an outlet pass, easy layup there. But the Wolves are just starting to crank up the defense a little bit. And as you said there, their offense is chalk and cheese in this last quarter compared to the third, where they're cutting with purpose, making the Cougars play some defense, and they're getting some open looks, and finally they've knocked a couple down. And
they've denied Gavin any easy looks in this fourth quarter as well, which is making life a lot easier as well.
Yeah, I think the only points he's scored so far, correct me if I'm wrong, is that he got the low board and he got the putback in there. But,
and then a few from the free throw line.
Yeah.
I tell you what, probably the play of the fourth quarter which has brought the Wolves back into it is when Colton blocked Skaggs at the rim. All of a sudden just gave the Wolves, the bench, the crowd a little bit of a boost because they haven't had too much to cheer about tonight.
No, it hasn't been a great game so far for the Joondalup Wolves. They've been soundly beaten on all aspects of the game, and they've shot the ball poorly tonight. I mean, there's no dodging that, but they just need to keep on keeping on. Like you said, players like Maris Colton, that's his game. He's a three-point shooter, so he's continuing to shoot the 3 ball and finally seen a couple drop.
So we're all sticking with their full court press. See, Hunt is back on, Stewart on the bench for the Cougars. And you see Pesava sticking with Skaggs. Follows Cockburn. I'd have a look at that. Hunt keeps the ball alive. Chan from the free throw line. Good show there from Turnage. And another stop from the Wolves as Pesava kicks up ahead, looks inside to Turnage. This is a good matchup defensively for Cockburn as Turnage turns it over. Probably one of the few players that can physically stick with CJ.
Yeah, good body size there for the young man, but CJ aggressive again, but just losing the handle over the baseline.
There's Chan. He's going to use this Rogers screen. There's good patience here from Chan. Just someone, the ball in his hands, it's safe.
He's controlled the game quite well tonight, hasn't he?
It would not give him too much space. We've seen Rogers got denied there from Turnage as Pesava in transition draws the foul on Chan, and he's gone to the line for 2. There's going to be 3 team fouls now for Cockburn, so keep an eye on that. There's 6:30 to go in this fourth quarter, and it's a 9-point game. Could soon be 7.
And just singing the praises of Sevachan again. That's his first personal foul for the game. He's been guarding Jonathan Wade, the import for the Wolves all night. And as I said, that's his first personal foul, so he's been very controlled.
Yeah, it's rare to see someone with so much control on both ends as Rogers. Very lucky there in Cougars to keep that ball. Goes off Wade's leg. I just like that the Wolves have been doing this full court pressure. Cougars like to play fast, but they don't like to rush. And I feel like they're making Cougars rush their offense a little bit more.
Yeah, it's probably a good call.
There's Hunt. Waits for that Rogers screen. They drive from Hunt. Good defense there from the Wolves. And they just got bailed out there. It was a poor shot from Hunt. And it looks like Turnage just hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah. just need to stay patient. There's plenty of time left in this game. The Wolves have got a couple of good stops here, but they just can't afford to be bowled out the Cougars and send them to the free throw line.
No, I mean, you look at some of the shooting percentages on the Wolves side with Wade 17%, Pesava 33, and yet they're in this game. It's still an 8-point game as Hunt short rims it on the first. Well, surprise, I thought Chukwu was about to come into the game for Rogers. Just teasing the fans there. As Hunt puts up the second. Goes 1 of 2. So they're 12 of 21 from the line. So both teams haven't really been shooting the lights out from the free throw line. So you would hate for this game to get close and for it to be decided from the free throw line.
Both teams went poor.
Oh, I'm a little bit surprised by that one. As Hunt is having, you always know when the opposition smiles and like, yeah, I got away with that one.
Yeah.
That's unlucky there from the Wolves. Hunt, by his smile, clearly touched the ball, and hence why he chased it. But as you say, the referee's not going to change their call.
Not going to change it.
So Hunt hands off to Senator Chan, uses the Rogers screen. Nice hezzy there from Chan, good job from Rogers. Keeps the ball alive. But well done from the Wolves. Another defensive stop as Wade comes down the floor, sees Skaggs in front of him. Comes off to Pesava, back to Wade. He's not really looking for that three-point shot. Yes, Colton, can he make it a third one in the quarter? He can! What a shot there. Another Chambers Franklin three-pointer by Colton. He's now I think he's 3 of 3 or maybe 3 of 4 from 3 in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, certainly is little up in this third quarter.
So it must be... So it's 10 points for Colton now. He is in double figures. And just like that, Rogers onto the bench and Chukwu. And you just look at that height advantage there that Chukwu has there on Wellsteed. Cougars, though, still haven't really taken advantage of that height in the offensive end. Because you're not a natural post player. It's more one of those things where you want to kind of like get him into that dunker spot as field. And I tell you what, we talk about how patient the Cougars have been, not being rushed and stuff. This fourth quarter, we've seen a different Cougars.
Yeah, well, it's pressure, and the offensive end, as we said there, the Wolves have cut and moved with purpose, and put a bit of pressure back on the Cougars, and they've given themselves an opportunity to get back in this game. So
Turnage goes at field, and Chukwu comes from the other side and blocks the shot. Turnage gets an air ball as well. Great defensive pressure there from the Cougars. They needed that defensive stop. As Chukwu runs the floor. Another turnover from the Cougars, though, as they're in transition. Colton goes to work on Chan, gives it to Pesava, 4-3. Oh, that's huge. And look at the crowd on the bench on their feet.
Chambers Franklin through there, Josh.
And the Cougars, it's only a 3-point game as Chukwu nearly loses it. I wonder how long until Phillips gets back into this game for the Cougars. As Hunt puts up the 2, unable to put it in. It looks like Pesava's going to get done for the loose ball foul there. But I love what I've seen from the Wolves bench as well. They're getting totally into it, which they haven't really been all game.
No, they haven't been, and good reason. They haven't been, it's been poor up until this last quarter by the Joondalup Wolves, but great effort by Pesava. He gave up the foul in the end there, but they first of all boxed out the big guy for the Cockburn Cougars, and then dived after that loose ball.
So the Wolves on a 6-0 scoring run, which is why the Chambers Franklin City of Joondalup Wolves 79, Vintage plus Cockburn Cougars 82. And Coach Cooper, you'll be thinking, what has happened in this fourth quarter to allow this Wolves side back into this match? And it's that defensive pressure, Glenn, and nearly another turnover from Cockburn.
Yeah, the guy from Wade's definitely cranked it up.
And that's why you need to put it in this man's hands. Good things will occur. Colton goes to the floor again.
Ooh.
And that's an interesting call there, because this referee called the charge, and this baseline referee called the flop.
Very interesting, yeah.
And I think that's what Coach Cooper was pointing out there as well. He's like, hey, you can't. But this is, once again, charge is the toughest call to make. And you see Colton having a good laugh here with Skaggs. Those two are having a really good battle, those two.
Yeah, it's all good-natured stuff.
It is. Well, both teams know they've gotten away with a few things tonight as well, so it's all definitely evening up. But as all the momentum's going with the Wolves, the Cougars are not going to like any call that goes against them as well. Steve, he's up for 3. Good defensive pressure there from Hunt. Good help there from Chukwu as Chan picks it up, looks ahead. It's a 3-on-2. Chukwu in transition, probably not the man you want in a fast break situation.
No, not that far away from the bucket.
There's Colton. Good defensive pressure, and that's off field. And for Colton, who was probably in his own head after that goaltending call went against him, he's now the biggest cheerleader on the court because of all the stops he's making.
Yeah, he's starting to buy real estate in some of the Cougars players' heads as well, I think, which is playing into the Wolves' hands.
He's definitely in Skaggs' head, I can tell you that right now. Pesava gets in the paint, kicks it out to Wade. Uses Wellstead's screen. Wellstead's popping out. Oh, they need to be wary of that because of how small the Wolves are. Chukwu's staying in that keyway. Wellstead's going to be open for that 3 all night long.
We've got another boomerang timeout to the Joondalup Wolves. Really good time out there. Just regroup, take a breather. Jonathan Wade losing the hand on the ball there in that last play phase. Just refocus.
So from Cockburn's end, maybe they need to start having a little bit more off-the-ball action because the Wolves' defensive pressure on the ball has been amazing, which is not something we've talked about most of the game. So do you think Coach Cooper will be like, all right, we need to have a bit more few staggered screens, trying to get Field open, because Field has basically been unseen this fourth quarter.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the Wolves have definitely cranked up the defence, but I mean, you can start playing to your strengths. And your Cockburn Cougars, go to your strengths, chuck Wood down the low post, just give him some post feeds, give him some action inside, and Wolves are starting to fatigue. Just deeper in on a double header for the weekend, so they can play some reactive defence.
That's a really good point about Chukwu, because I don't think he's actually really got a post touch at all tonight. So why not test the Wolves out with 3:29 to go? You've got the lead. Get it into Chukwu in the low post. See if it's going to attract the double team, because the man can pass over any double team.
Yeah.
And he's got shooters all around him. We know Skaggs, Hunt, Field, Chan. We know that they can knock it down. Make them work, because they're going to see Chukwu on the low block. No doubt a double team is going to come.
Yeah. You've got Sigo Kinich matching up on him at the moment.
So Chan takes the double screen. Chukwu, another screen for him. Girls to the basket. And good defense there from Wellstead on field. That's a great matchup for those two. As Chan puts up the 3. That's short. But, Gavin Field was about to get that rebound, and Chukwu just got a fingertip on it.
And it's exactly the shot the Wolves would have wanted to see in that defensive set there. One thing they didn't do was go inside the Chukwu.
As Pesava gives it to Wellstead. Good defense there from Chukwu, but Pesava puts it in. It's a 1-point game here at HBF Arena as Pesava has come alive. He's now got 18 points. What a huge fourth quarter it's been from the young man.
Yeah, we knew at some stage Pesava would...
Sorry, he's on 20, I should say. As Field attacks the basket, gets Colton off his feet, but looks like he may have injured himself. Hope he's okay. Sturnage gives to Wellstead, and it looks like they got away with one there. As Field looks like he may have hurt his ankle. He is not someone Cockburn want to see go down.
No, 100% not. He's someone the whole league doesn't want to see go down. He's such a quality player. He has been for such a long time. Seems to be moving okay, though.
So it is baseline ball for the Wolves. If I was Coach Cooper, I would start thinking very seriously about putting Phillips back in, because this small ball lineup is chopping the Cougars apart. There's Hunt and Pesava. And Pesava's got the hot hand. I think he's got about 10 or 12 points in this fourth quarter. Wellstead 4-3 and doesn't even find the rim, but it keeps it alive as Pesava gets into the paint area, finds Wellstead, puts up the hook, unable to finish it. Chukwu gets the rebound. Turnage took a swipe at it as Field. And good job there from Wade. No one's talking to Gavin Field. He wasn't expecting anybody to come from behind. He was just all alone on an island. You see the crowd's getting loud. Everyone's getting into it. As Chukwu stays in the keyways. Field gets the rebound, allows Turnage. Grab that mid-range J as Hunt waits for that staggered screen. Gets in the, throws it up for Chukwu and gets pushed in the back, I thought, and he misses it. Good defensive pressure again from the Wolves, but it's still a 1-point lead to the Cockburn Cougars. Was Turnage. Gives it to Wellsteed. Wellsteed not looking for a shot yet as Wade takes the basket, tries to draw a foul. Chukwu, great finish there from Wade. That's his first basket in the fourth quarter. 1-point lead to the Chambers Franklin City of Joondalup Wolves. We've got a nail biter here, Glenn.
Yeah, we didn't see this coming, Josh, and Wolves have certainly lifted this last quarter. Shelley Chan settles for the 3 ball again.
And Chukwu keeps the ball alive as Skaggs able to get it. Chan finds field, back to Chan. And Skaggs wanting the ball, going for a bit of horns action here. Good job there from Colton, good defense, pressures. Hunt goes, and a blocking call. I thought Hunt may have got away with an extra step there, and you see the whole crowd. I don't think we've seen any movement from the corporate boxes at all tonight, Glenn, and everyone is now excited.
Yeah, 100%.
Got a couple thousand referees in the crowd now. And there was a strong drive there from Hunt. Let's see what he can do from the free throw line. As we've been talking about through this game, both teams not very good from the free throw line tonight. Cougars 12 of 21.
Well, Hunt's about 67% from the free throw line for the season. But pressure's a funny thing.
Boom. Knocks down the first, ties this ball game up. And so it looks like Coach Cooper's just going to continue running with Chukwu. You might as well take advantage of that height advantage you've got, but it'd be interesting to see what happens if he's going to make some substitutions towards his end, a bit of offense for defense.
Yeah, well, I guess he's looking for mopping up the defensive rebounds and putting some pressure on the shots.
Oh, cold as ice. Hunt goes 2 of 2. 1-point lead to the Cockburn Cougars as the crowd is now on their feet. And CJ Turnage bringing the ball up here for the Wolves as well. Steve setting the on-ball screen. Turnage says the other side, please. Turnage is just milking the clock down. Goes for a long 2. Unable to knock it down. And Pesava able to get the rebound and knocks it in. Draws the foul on Hunt. Sometimes you've got to think, if you've got a 7-footer on the floor, why is that man not getting the rebound?
Yeah, it's hard to comprehend how he didn't clean that defensive board up there, but Julian Pesava won it, but after it,
Mate,
we said all night, the Wolves haven't shot well from the free throw line. Now's the time to step up and knock this shot down.
We talked about how we really liked how aggressive Pesava has been all game. The points just haven't been going in. Now look what he's got. He's got 22 points. As he back rims it, Wade keeps it alive, but Chukwu tries to grab it, but Pesava gets it. Cougars have to foul to stop the clock. And Skaggs gets the foul on Wellsteed. What a disappointing what a disappointing fourth quarter it has been for the Cockburn Cougars. A game you thought was all but wrapped up, but the Wolves, what a fantastic job from them as the captain goes to the line 4-2.
Again, it's critical free throws here, but look, it's a 1-point ball game, potentially a 3-point ball game with 12.7 seconds left on the clock. Cougars have been disappointing, there's no doubt about that in this last quarter. Well, there's one man by the name of Gavin Field still on the court for the Cockburn Cougars. I still give him a chance to tie this up and maybe put it in overtime.
You have to go to field no matter what. Send an early pick and transition or something. But if Wellsteed, no matter what's going to happen, they're going to call a timeout. They're going to move the ball up court as Wellsteed knocks down the first.
For skipper.
How alive is this crowd, Glenn?
Oh, it's certainly come to life this final quarter. We've finally seen the game we came to see.
It was Wellsteed. Goes 2 of 2. Timeout on the floor. So if you're Cockburn, you're down by 3. Are you going to draw something up to get that early 3? But if you've got maybe a Chukwu open dunk, will you take the 2? Or do you have to go for the 3?
I think from what I've seen tonight, I'd probably be looking at the 3 ball.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, because we've been talking about how bad the free throws have been for Wolves tonight, but yet this fourth quarter, they've been very, very strong.
They certainly have. Yeah, look, it's an interesting question you pose there. Do you look at a quick dunk or something for Chuckwood? But it seems to be, at the moment, it seems to be a guy who's playing with not a lot of confidence. And pressure the situation right here, right now. I'm not too sure. I put a lot of faith in him finishing if he does get the ball at the moment. But, hey, look, the young man might prove me wrong here.
There's such a big presence, but yet you've seen the will of the Wolves, who were able to force multiple turnovers when you think Chukwueze is going to get the rebound. But you see the likes of Jonathan Wade and Pesava just keeping the ball alive. But Cougars have a chance to tie this game up or cut it to a 1-point deficit. And it looks like Saver Chan, and he's the man you want. The Wolves have been unable to rush all game. I'm interested to see what Wolves do. I doubt they'd want a foul to try and send them to the line, and they don't want to make this a free throw shooting competition.
No.
As Field goes to the corner, puts up the three, unable to knock it down. Hunt tries to keep it alive, but Wade gets the loose ball. But how good was that from Gavin Field to force that turnover?
Yeah, 100%.
He might have just saved the game there for Cougars.
Well, he's given them another opportunity here. 6.3 seconds left in the game clock.
And as you saw from the last one, you can see that they're going to continue with trying to go for that catch and shoot. And look at that crowd. How good has this crowd been in this fourth quarter? Trying to make Cougars a living hell. They say the Chan tries to get open, takes the two, puts it in, but there's only 0.8 seconds left on the clock as the Wolves have stolen victory away from Cockburn Cougars, Glenn. What an impressive job that was.
That is an amazing finish to a game of basketball where the Wolves couldn't buy a bucket for three quarters. They shot poorly. The free throws were appalling as well. Somehow they just found a way in that last quarter. It was an amazing comeback.
And what a great fourth quarter there from Pesava. Got about 12 or 14 points in that fourth quarter. He's the reason why the Wolves were able to get the win. Turnage was able to steer the boat in the first three quarters, but Pesava's the reason why they got this victory.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, not only the points scored. I mean, obviously we knew at some stage he was going to get hot and start scoring because that's the type of player he is. But just his defensive hustle, his ability to keep the ball alive on the offensive end of the floor with rebounding and deflections and everything else. Yeah, he was super aggressive tonight, and he stepped up in the Wolves mentally.
But what was also interesting was the Cougars, their version of the small ball lineup is what got them the big lead in that third quarter with Phillips at the 5. The Wolves flipped the script on them. They had their own small ball lineup as well with Wellsteed at the 5. And here we are with a 1-point victory to the Chambers Franklin City of Joondalup Wolves.
Yeah, and of course we can't forget the start of the final quarter by Maris Colton. Gained 2 or 3 three-pointers, gave the Wolves a little bit of momentum, put a little bit of pressure back on the Cougars, and at the end of the day, Wolves come back and somehow steal a 1-point victory.
Well, congratulations to the Wolves. The fans enjoyed every second of that fourth quarter. Commiserations to the Cockburn Cougars. That's all the time we have for you tonight in NBL 1 West Action. I'm Josh Van Campen. Thank you, Glenn Simpson, for your time tonight. And we will bring you all NBL 1 West Action next week.